Kent Harris and my wife Jodi Harris. We're from Lake City, Florida, which is in North Florida. Our hull number is 584. We've had it for 3.5 years. We had a friend that told us he had just ordered his Oliver, and we said, what the heck is that? He said, you'd love it, go look online. Went looked online, I loved it, and we had previously had about the same size, but a smaller, an older RV, pull behind. Went out in it 2 or 3 times, didn't enjoy it, didn't really like it, got rid of it. Loved the Oliver online, and we're taking a car road trip and decided to go to the factory for the factory tour. I came from a modular production facility background, so it was very, very similar. And I was very, very impressed with the quality and the attention that they gave it on the line, during production.
Especially during 20, we could still go out. You have your own bed, your own bathroom, your own food, and it was just a nice way to travel then. And there are pros and cons to it, just like anything. But I love it. It's just, we've gone to a lot of nice places and seen a lot of pretty things, and especially with our barbecue judging, because a lot of contests will let us stay on site, and it's a lot more convenient than having to get up and drive 3 hours to a contest.
Well, we went to the factory to Holmwald, met Anita, the sales rep, and then she hooked us up with Rodney. Went on the maybe a 3-hour tour. We knew everything about the Oliver when we got through, from start to finish, how it was built. And since I came from that background in purchasing, it was very interesting to me to see all the components come together and how they came together, and talking to the various employees as we're going through, and they seemed to enjoy their job and be proud of what they were doing, and you could see that in the product. I mean, you could really tell. We got through, talked to Rodney. I had the checkbook out, ready to order, and she is kind of reluctant. By 2 weeks later, by continuing on our trip, she finally came around, and we purchased it. And I think she would get rid of me before she would get rid of the Oliver now, I think. Well, we really didn't have any big bucket list initially. Of course, once you get it, then you start thinking of all the trips that you can take. And once you've used it and realize how easy it is to tow, how comfortable it is inside.
Yeah, he talks every trip. I know you're tired of hearing me say this, but it's so easy to tow. He said, I don't even know it's back there.
You just don't even know it. Sometimes you look in the rearview mirror thinking, gosh, did it come off? But it obviously it didn't. But our experience, at the factory was wonderful. We really had no big ideas that we want to do this now, we want to do that. But once we got it and did a few state parks, we pretty quick, not too many months later, made a trip from Florida all the way out to Yellowstone. We did a 6-week trip, went out and had a blast in it. And then it's just grown from there. We've been to Canada in it now. We're going to Canada again this fall. We're taking a 10-week trip this fall in it. We've put about 40,000 miles on it in 3 years. And I think last night was our 307th or 8th night in it in 3 years. So we're using it, making good use of it.
We do competitive barbecue judging, and it is nice to have this because we've been to 15, maybe 17 states now judging that we wouldn't have done otherwise. We live in Florida, so we would go to Georgia or Alabama, but we've judged in Vermont, we judged in Delaware 2 weeks ago, and we're going to judge in Calgary, Canada this fall with it. And it's a lot nicer to do it with this because you just get up in the morning. A lot of times they'll let you camp at the event, so you just walk out your door and you're there instead of having to get up and drive hours to get there. And it's fun for us to get to talk to the teams that are there competing, and we get to know a lot of people, add to our barbecue family that way.
By being right on site. It just makes it super, super nice, super, super nice.
We like to be out and hiking, and we like to stay in state parks and national parks. Don't like RV parks unless you absolutely have to. But we don't sit like this. You know, we hardly ever just sit around. We're out hiking, and that's why we don't have any pets at all, because we don't want to be tied down to that. But we like to be out and about.
And the Oliver is great because of the size. You can get into, I think, probably any state park or any national park size-wise, that if you had anything larger, you wouldn't be able to. And for us, you know, there's a zillion different ways you can go with an RV, from huge ones to tiny ones. For us, for two people, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect for us. I wouldn't want to go any smaller, and I would not want to go any bigger. It's really, it's worked out well for us.
Well, when he wanted this and I didn't, because I just didn't, camping was not for me. I wanted to stay in a nice hotel, air conditioning, but this is basically like that on wheels. Oh, he had said, you know, he really wanted it. I really didn't. He said, let's just try it. And these hold their value so well. If we try it and we don't like it, you may lose a little bit, but not much, and we can sell it if we don't like it, but we love it.
And I would agree with that. It's, you know, and again, for us, this works. Some people want a lot more room, but as you can see, all the people here, there's lots of different types of people here that have Olivers. We've even seen some young people here that have Olivers, which is great. But they hold their value extremely well, which doesn't happen in the RV industry. And that was probably one of the biggest, other than the quality, that was certainly the biggest thing that let me win her over into trying it. And of course, it's going to pay down the road if we ever decide to do something else, which I think we'll keep it forever. I mean, till we can't go, till we literally can't go, till we get to the bus tour stage where we have to take bus tours. But we love it. We love the quality of it and the resale value. That's a big thing.